On the table, Legends of Akēdo returns with Series 3 Power Storm. Hey everyone, this is Dan, and thank you for watching SquirrelStampede today, as we have many items from the new series of Akēdo. We've got the Mega Strike controller. What is that all about? We have Versus Packs, we have Battle Giants, we have the all-new Series 3 SquirrelStampede Battle Piece. What is that? Lots to discover with Akēdo. These are intense. Let's get right to them.
SquirrelStampede.
We begin with what we can control with the Mega Strike controller. This thing looks lethal. We've got a new updated Chuck's Lee with a ruby base. The Series 3 Legends of Akēdo Power Storm are now totally amped up with elemental powers. And you can see some of these elemental powers are included with this one. 4 elemental power strikes. Seems like possibly an unfair advantage with a single strike controller. This is going to be very interesting. So far, I've only encountered the one of this here on table. There's probably going to be a few more, I imagine. Chuck's Lee can't have all the advantage, can he? Well, let's retrieve from pack and see this one in action. What is going on with this out-of-the-world Mega Strike controller? We have a Fire Strikes Turbo Chucks on the pad, and this must be your traditional hand grip lever. There he goes. And then we have the Mega Strike Elemental Power Punch device system. Right now loaded with fire. It's literally a fist of fire. We can also attach down a shark of water, or a dragon of earth, or the squirrel's favorite, a claw of lightning. But this Elemental Power Mega Strike cannot be activated just yet. Look at here. It is not charged and ready yet. So to charge this thing, it's traditional fighting methods. We have the elemental charging meter right down here at the base, so the more we grip fight, the more it charges up. Yellow, red, and now it's ready to go. Once it's ready, it locks into place. Who wants to take the hit on this one? How about Big Baby? So once charged and ready, the thumb button up on top should give us a punch. Line her up, and Big Baby goes down. Oh, don't be a big baby. That is quite impressive, and now we are charged back down, so we can no longer use this weapon until we fight some more in battle. It is loading back up, and we are ready to go for a hit. I'll trade you spots, Mysterious. And Big Baby, how are you doing today? Well, that's next level controller right there. And obviously we may remove and switch these out. They're a soft rubber, so they're easy to install. Let's try the shark over here. Kind of the same color as the controller. Load her up. That's in real time, takes a few seconds to charge her up. Tailwhip, would you like to demonstrate a shark attack?
No.
Oh, I missed! Actually, it would have helped had Tailwhip been placed on a controller to heighten him a little bit. Well, very interesting indeed. This thing will totally change the level of play. As for the Fire Strike Turbo Chucks figure included, pretty nice. Has that shiny ruby red base. Also a little bit of a translucent red arm and body style for him. Looking quite tough too with these Fire Strike fists. He should be quite lethal in battle. Let's start checking out the new competition with the Series 3 Power Storm 2-pack collection. This is Epic Briny versus Bun Burner. Always like the more silly ones in my book. Each with elemental battle action. I'm assuming the red base is fire, and this aqua must be water. I like the bright color changes on these new controllers. So there are 6 different versus packs. I've picked up 3. There is a Shockblade. Twin Fang has been upgraded to Shockblade versus a Viper Wrath. There's Briny and Bun Burner. Super Flare Burnout looks awesome. Fighting Tie-Dye. Shadowfire Nightblade versus Overboard. We'll check on those. And we also have Bright Knight Prideheart versus Darkspire. Then out there somewhere, Angry Astrid versus Boot Up. One Epic Warrior guaranteed in each pack. I start with Silly though. Silly is where it's at with Epic Briny and Bun Burner. Out of pack we go. Whoops. So there would be Briny. Briny is in the Epic class with the silver coin base on a Aqua controller. Kind of like these a lot because they will help you identify quicker whose controller is whose. Briny is weaponized with fish skeletons, 2 of them. Those are going to give some reach. Has kind of a funny seashell chest covering and looks to be maybe a fish body, mermaid, merman. Mermaid? I think it's a girl. I think Briny is female. Hard to say. I don't often get to watch the show. I'm more into fighting the figures. What say you on that? Then we've got Bun Burner. Here comes Bun Burner. Let's lock him down to his red fire base and repair his bodily damage. Bun Burner, easily a favorite right now, new to Series 3. I'm sure there's several other characters I'm going to enjoy, but Bun Burner here, a chef with quite the heavy red cleaver. He has an apron on fire there with a few utensils, and I think he's wearing some fire crocs too. Bun Burner falls into the classic line of figures. So what's the deal with these two? What's the deal with Series 3? What's the extra power? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still basically trying to figure out Series 1 fighting styles. Luckily we do have the collector's guide to help us out. Real quick, look at the classic collection. A lot of great characters amped up, ready to go. Then we've got Epic to look for, Ultra Rare, Legendary, and the Power Strikers, plus the Giants. So 42 to collect. That's an enormous collection to look for. What I'm looking for is the instructions on the back here. We've got basic game rules, we've got official rules, battle giant rules, and new elemental attack abilities. Let's check that out real quick. So the Warriors' new elemental attack abilities are displayed on the base. So this one is lightning, but we can tell here, obviously fire with Bun Burner. It's got a fiery pattern to it. That's easy to identify. And I think this is water. It's in blue, right? I'm going to say water for the moment. Could be lightning though. Well, lightning looks more yellow, right? Yeah, yellow. Anyway, so there's warrior elemental types, 6 of them. And they give you attack abilities like increase DP or damage points, increase more, or even more. +1, +2, +3 reduces opponents, and elemental ability in play, so you add this in. So let's give it a run and see if we can figure this out. Alright, to see what we're up against, let's first check out the value of each of these figures. Briny looks to be a 9 or a 6. I guess that's a 6, depending on where you're reading. And Buns of Hot is a 6 as well, so they are leveled equal to each other. That's a good start. And they are both health level 7, so let's get these guys to 7. Now set for a little skirmish. Let's fight. 3, 2, 1, split strike. Oh, they're gearing up. They do not want to hurt their new, freshly out of box joints and levers. Oh, there we go for just a second. Oh, we're going off to the sides of Buns. Now he's pushing back on Briny. And finally, they are really getting into it now. Oh my goodness, this is the fight of the ages. We're going to go with a power thumb attack here. Oh, and Buns of Hot goes down. Must have been that epic double fishbone swing. So Briny has a split strike DP hit of 5, so we'll knock down this character all the way down to 2. What a hit. Now if we add in the new elemental attack abilities, I'm having a little bit of trouble following the exact rules, but I think to activate the elemental attack ability, activate if your elemental attack ability matches your opponent's elemental type. For the moment, I'm just going to add in an extra elemental kick there. It is +1, so Buns of Steel here is down to 1 health point. Let's try one more quick battle here. I'm sure as we move along, I'll get more of the official rules down. And there they go, one more battle. Oh! Bun Burner is just not ready to play today. He is defeated. Also, once defeated, there's an extra little power boost here off of the arm of Bun Burner. The new elemental boost ability will power up your next warrior in play if you are doing 3 versus 3, and this one mirrors opponent's printed HP, so a little bit of a boost there. All those official rules and more explanation found over Akēdo Power Storm, AkēdoWarriors.com. You might even be able to scan that QR code right now. That may help you out. If you're looking for the best of rules, I am a little more interested in just basic figure collecting and fighting basic. The next pack to look at, we've got Epic Shadowfire Nightblade versus Overboard. Another kind of serious versus silly pack on this one. Overboard looks to have elemental powers of water, so another aqua controller. And Shadowfire Nightblade, obviously Shadow, the elemental power of the shade. Pretty good in the summertime, I imagine. So let's free these two from their digital confinement. Whoa, hang on there. Sorry guys. Well, here is our Shadowfire Nightblade. A little bit striked of split. Let's rebuild him real quickly with our Shadowblade controller. Shadowfire Nightblade is the epic figure of the pack. But the better, more silly is, of course, Overboard, who's also been split-striked out of box. So Nightblade returns, you may recall, from Series 1. We had a Nightblade a few times in opening, much more common for the time. This Nightblade with translucent purpley arms and swords of shadow to attack with. Looks pretty tough. I like the little spikes on his forearms there. That's a tough looking figure. But never as tough as someone from the sea. Captain Overboard here with shark tattooing, no shirt, an anchor of a weapon. Look at that weapon. That is going to split strike anyone, I would think. Going to be a tough challenge to take him down, maybe. I've noticed now that we've gone through a couple packs that their bases, their controller bases, will match the color of their elemental weapons. That should help you guys keep these figures pretty much locked down to the right controllers. Not that that totally matters. So a quick little battle should unfold with these two. They're both leveled at 4, so they're a little bit weaker than the first round that we played with. I'm guessing Overboard's mammoth weapon there is really gonna give it the win, but you never know. These are balanced in different ways. What is Overboard's health, by the way? Overboard is running at a level 5. And Nightblade is also a 5. Very well, are you ready to go? 3, 2, 1, split strike! Look at the range of this weapon! Oh, how is he gonna even defend himself against that? So here we go, a little bit closer now. Oh, they are tough. They are tough to go down. Fresh from package, right? How are these forced? They're totally fighting till the end. Going to have to go switch to the thumbs. They're stronger. Wow, he even knocked me out of my own hand. At this point, I gotta maybe check if they can be split-striked, right? This is ridiculous. They did open up in pack when removing, so you know, you gotta go with that. Alright, my thumbs are rested. Here we go. Let's continue this battle. Oh! What happened? What happened? I don't know. I don't know who went down first. Let's check in on the replay. And... oh, that can't be any closer than that. It's like a simultaneous split strike. That is crazy. Look at that. Right down the line. So it's got to be a draw, and we continue this madness. Maybe now they're a little more loosened up. I can't believe that. That was one of the toughest fights I've ever played through. Of course, playing through on yourself is a little more of a challenge than having a real-life physical human opponent. Okay, so let's continue on with the fight. We won't adjust anything because that was a pretty much a draw. Oh, almost did not get Nightblade's head on correctly. That would have been tragic. All right, hands are ready to go. Let's go for another battle. And Overboard gets the definitive win on that one. Finally, it really was that gigantic anchor he's holding onto and wailing with. Get it? Wailing with? I've never seen fighters more tough than these two. Looks like elemental powers of water right now is succeeding. Both fire and shadow going down. I don't know about you, but I kind of just like basic sudden death split strike with these. Here's our next pack, our next versus pack. This is Epic Bright Knight Prideheart versus Darkspire. So another elemental power of shadow. I like the horse-ish character of this one. The knight versus the horse. Shadow versus light. Our first elemental power of light. This is an extraordinary cool looking pack, by the way. Let's see these out of box. Oh, and there we go. So split striked out of the box. We know now that they can be struck down. There we have Bright Knight Prideheart. That one is a tough one to say. I keep wanting to call it Pride Knight Bright Heart, or I get the two mixed up, the two words. Kind of a long tongue twister name, but a really cool knight. This is our epic in the 2-pack. Look at that shield, the light. Is that a fire lion skull on his chest? Hard to say. Then we have classic Darkspike here. Is the character an actual horse? Or is it just a human in a horse costume? Hard to say there. Horse armor. This one definitely feeling more evil and sinister than our knight of light. And so we have our elemental light controller. Nice and fancy with a little bit of sparkle to it. I like the knight. I like the light of the knight. Or is it the knight on the light? This one really confuses me. This Bright Knight. I like this guy. He's really quite cool. One of my favorites of the day. Even has a little bit of a fabric cape on. Very nice. And then, of course, our second shadow. I'm still trying to determine which elemental power I like the most. Am I a team fire? Am I a team water? We have not seen earth or lightning yet. I did not find either one of those to show today. But perhaps once we get to the tag team arena, we can. So let's give these two a quick fight. What do we have for levels? This one is a 5, I believe, and over here with a 5. So they always match the double packs pretty well. That's pretty good. We've got a 7 of life here, and we've got a 9. Is that really a 9? I'm always getting these numbers mixed up and around. Yeah, if you're looking from this direction, it's a 6. It's a 6. But we're just going to go with a sudden death battle. It's a little more fun and quick for the video. Place your bets on the Light Knight versus the Shadow Horse. And hopefully, they'll take out each other a little bit quicker than that last round. Ready, set, strike! A little bit of a sword stuck in shield moment. Their weapons often getting locked. These two are meant for each other. These are really fun. Oh, locked into the shield again. Oh, and we've got a split strike on the Shadow Horse. It goes down. Way to go, Bright Knight Prideheart. And finally, representing this side of the stage with a win, this horse needs to get back to training, of course. Now that we've gone through a few versus packs, what say we check out the Battle Giants? The Battle Giants, always a favorite now because of their size. Interesting box upgrade this time. Previously I had collected Battle Giants in single packs, and now we've got double packed battle giants. This is double strike armor. We have Shatterclaw the Snowman. Look at the imagery there, that is great. And we've got Volcrag the Firehead guy. That's gotta be painful. 4 battle giants to collect with Series 3. And if you recall, these guys are a little bit larger with some double strike armor. And usually a different way of attacking by swingage of arms or flailing of body parts. Curious to see how they are packed inside this box. And now we are more back to what we had traditionally seen with battle giants in their own packs. I had found these boxes over on Amazon, so it may have been a special way of shipping or packing double together. Double strike armor, Shatterclaw, love the armor of the Man of Snow. And now we can see Volcrag better without the rock skull helmet. A fiery hunk of fresh lava there. This one, of course, has to be fire. The box itself is flaming. And Shatterclaw here, another element of water. So water includes anything that is liquideth or icieth. Let's get these two out of their very fancy packages. And out of pack with these two, I kind of feel like it's an upgrade to the Giants collection this time. These two are looking really sharp. Shatterclaw with his icy body, icy fists of fury. Look at those. Those are going to pack quite the punch. Little bit of metallic on that chain belt of his. Then Volcrag, so fiery hot, more fire fists of fury. It's always fists of furies with these guys. A little bit of transparency going on his legs and down onto his pad. Just a tough upper torso. These two looking just really cool. This is a good combo pack. If you're looking for a Giants combo double pack, these two are perfect for each other. Fire versus ice. Shatterclaw has this epic snowman armor. Place that up on top now. Even more menacing with that smile of snow. Look at that. That is so scary and creepy at the same time. Could you imagine this guy chasing you down the street? And then placing down this rock skull helmet, also menacing. Really, it increases, almost doublifies their size. And if you recall, the Giants have their special scaled controllers, a little more power given to them. A little more leverage with these slam buttons. Easier on the thumbs for sure. So they make for some great solid attack battles. So if you recall basic battles with these, you've got kind of a double hit. You take off the armor and then you go for the split strike. This is a tough call. I can't tell which one is going to be stronger. I feel like the armor on top of Volcrag is a little more impressive, but Shatterclaw seems to have a little more reach. Shatterclaw is listed as an 11 versus a 9. So let's see how these two do in Battle of the Giants. Oh, and our first victim. Volcrag's rock armor has been tossed off like it was nothing. Now Volcrag's face is now in the open. Continuing on. Getting some solid punches in there, Volcrag. Gonna really have to pound on these. Oh, and there goes Volcrag out throughout. Although I almost detect a little bit of unbalance on Shatterclaw's armor, but I think it's still holding on tight there. I think he held it on tight. He would have had to have had a solid hit to really knock that off. Oh, he split striked himself. But I'll give the win, totally, to Shatterclaw there. I like him just a little more. I like the Yeti-like look. That's the winner of our first Giants battle right now. One more Giants bundle. We've got the powerful Tremor Fist Tailwhip versus maybe a SquirrelStampede favorite, Bucktooth. Bucktooth looking ultra cute. Look at the animation drawing on this one. And then checking out Tailwhip. Tailwhip seems familiar. Let's see these out of box. And so there is Tailwhip, and if Tailwhip looks familiar, he has been upgraded to a Giant. Tailwhip, a classic from Series 1. Always got him confused with a shark, but it's a Rexa T. I like how they've continued on with some of these characters into Series 3. We've got new, we've got old, and Tailwhip upgraded to a giant is perfect. Then we have Bucktooth. What is going on with Bucktooth there? Kind of like a hulkish nerd inside a robotic suit of a rat or mouse. I guess I really need to start paying attention to the show. There is a lot of content these days to digest, am I right on that? So let's see these two out of box. And so out of box with Tailwhip and Bucktooth. Another quick scale comparison with original Tailwhip. You can see a few shoulder heights taller with that one. This Tailwhip, our first experience encounter with Earth, the elemental power of Earth, green. Look at that, that's good to finally see. That, I believe, leaves only lightning. We have not seen lightning yet, so stay tuned next time for lightning. Unless the SquirrelStampede piece is in lightning, I'll find out here in just a second. Tremor Fist Tailwhip with the fists that do extend. That's gotta be a little bit lethal. These earthy elemental fists of extension. And overall, nice looking suit. Kind of like a little bit of a camo pant thing going on. Still with that signature red and yellow. And still a little bit sharky too. And then there's Bucktooth. Bucktooth reminds me something from, oh, what's that show? Ready to Robot. Reminds me of a Ready to Robot character. With a robotic suit, saw arms up on top with punching fists that rotate about. I guess it just depends on where the rotation is for what is on top. The saw blades like to go up top there, the chainsaws. This arm has a little bit of armor on that punch fist with a little bit of a shadow decal going. Interesting crystallized rock feet. What a strange looking fellow. And then we've got the Bucktooth armor to place up on top, completely changing the look of this character. Bucktooth is cute and all, but nothing compared to the special edition SquirrelStampede Akēdo Fighter piece of Series 3 coming up. And of course, Tremor Fist Tailwhip has his armor. This armor looks familiar. I think we may have seen this armor from Series 1, maybe. Looks like a Triceratops spiked armor though, so maybe that is fairly new. These two will be also an interesting combo to fight each other. We've got Tailwhip up on his green earthy pad. And Bucktooth now on a shadow pad, another shadow character. So another Giants versus battle ready to go. I feel like all the fists of fury over here on Bucktooth are going to be pretty hard to defend, but Tailwhip again with the extension arms might give him advantage. Ready, set, strike! Wow, look at Tailwhip's arms extension. That's crazy. And Bucktooth's spinner arms are also incredible. Whew, whew. Ooh, that's exhausting. Let's continue on with this. My arms are tired quickly. Oh, there we go. Quickly down. Not only did Tailwhip get the first strike of armor off, but then quickly finished off Bucktooth with a central fist shot. I knew these extension arms might be really lethal, and they truly were. Sorry, Bucktooth, you may be a favorite with a little bit of the squirreliness to you, but you didn't win the battle today. However, perhaps maybe the SquirrelStampede Series 3 Power Storm figure will be triumphant. I will battle the Tremor Fist Tailwhip in my all-new Power Storm Squirrel suit. This suit is epically strong. There's no way I cannot be defeated on this one. Ready, set, strike! And here we go. The battle wages strong. Wow, I did not realize Tailwhip would be so hard to fight. But I am strong too. Oh, and I knocked off his armor. I just have one more hit for Tailwhip. One more hit. Come on, SquirrelStampede piece. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And split strike, the SquirrelStampede Special Edition Power Storm figure, triumphant. I knew that would be a tough battle piece. And that's another round of Akēdo looking good for Series 3. Glad these are still fighting about. They are truly awesome to play with. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrelive, and a squamment. Which Akēdo fighter are you most likely looking for in Series 3? Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that. Oh, and stay tuned for the giant Triple Strike Tag Team Arena. We will get to that shortly. Stay tuned for that video.